What is up, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy, King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today, we will be doing the long-awaited What If Deku was the reincarnation of Almost Voldigoad from Misfit Demon King Academy. So, I know I'm already at 3K, and it's a little late to be making a 2K special, but I kind of put this What If to the back burner because of all the other stuff I was doing, so I am sorry about that, but you guys are getting it today, so I hope you guys like it. Like, I'm gonna be combining like 3 or 4 different parts, so I hope you guys really enjoy the video. So, without further ado, let's get into What If Deku was the reincarnation of Almost Voldigoad. And one more thing, if you guys are wondering about what if Deku was Miriko's son, stay tuned to hear the announcement about that at the end of the video, and about Werewolf, because I will be working on that soon too, and about my 3K special, which I've been keeping hitting from you guys, because you guys will, I won't tell you it, but it will be coming up soon. So now let's get into what if Deku was the reincarnation of Almost Voldigoad. We start things off with, well, Almost Voldigoad. After he had come back to life and ruled his kingdom for a second time, he decided to finally, well, die. So, yeah. So in this scenario, Deku will be, well, his own person. He will have all of Almost's abilities and stuff, but he won't have access to the memories and stuff yet. So yeah. Deku will be born like any other child, with the doctor noticing something strange about the child. He would go to observe this, but Deku's eyes would then flash, and you would see a symbol in them. The doctor would be a little bit afraid as the room begins to shake and stuff starts to be destroyed, until Inko would come to her child. Deku's eyes would then fade away, as he would then look towards his mother, and then fly into her arms. The doctor would be shocked by this, seeing how the kid already has his quirk, and he's already this proficient with it. Like, imagine if you're in the world of My Hero Academia, you just saw a baby easily just fly to his mother. Not like Superman fly, just levitate to his mother. Something like that. The doctor would be shocked by that. Inko would then take Deku home, trying to figure out what his quirk is, and they would come to the conclusion that he had an energy type quirk. So, as Inko would be home with Deku, things would pretty much go the same, until Deku would start to talk 6 months after his birth. Like, not really talking, not cohesive sentences, just like saying words and stuff. Inko would be really shocked about how intelligent her son seems to be, and she would then begin to try and teach him more stuff to make him even more intelligent. So, by the time Deku would be 3, he'll be able to talk and stuff already, like have a conversation with people. And for him and his admiration for All Might, it would still be there. He would really respect All Might, but he really wouldn't be a fanboy. Like, if he saw All Might, he would ask for his autograph, but he wouldn't go crazy about it. It would just be admiration for someone as powerful as him. Deku would grow up pretty much the same way, like I was already saying. He wouldn't be bullied, and people would honestly really care about him. His mom wouldn't be as worried as she was for him, because she knows he already has a quirk and stuff. When Deku would start to go to kindergarten, he would befriend a boy by the name of Katsuki Bakugo, that's what I meant to say, Katsuki Bakugo. And they'll be pretty good friends until Bakugo would have unlocked his quirk, and he would have started to bully people with that quirk. One day, Deku would have stopped him from bullying a kid, and Bakugo would have decided to try and hit Deku with an explosion. But as the explosion is coming at Deku, Deku would look at Bakugo and smile, while exhaling air, putting out the flame in his hand, or the explosion in his hand, with Bakugo being shocked, and Deku saying, "Don't try this again, or else." as Bakugo will be a little bit terrified about the threat, and looking into Deku's eyes, seeing something scary in them. One day, Deku will be just walking through the park near his neighborhood, just walking around to get some fresh air, when he would then see two girls frantically searching for something, or someone. As Deku would then approach them saying hi, one of the girls would say, "Hello, have you seen a girl with pigtails and blonde hair?" And Deku would then say, "No," as they would then say, "Okay." And Deku would then offer and say, "Do you guys need some help?" As they would then say, "It's fine," as Deku would then say, "I insist." He would then help them search for their friend. Their friend. As they would be searching, they would then find, their sister. That's what I meant to say before, their sister. As they would find her, her eyes would be glowing with a symbol in them, destroying everything around her, as the two girls would then approach her, trying to calm her down. As they would then turn around, seeing Deku saying, "It's fine, we can handle this," as the girl would then start to destroy more and more around them. As Deku would then see this, he would then prepare to walk up to her, with his eyes glowing with the same symbol in hers. He would then ask the two girls to move out of the way, as he would then stare into her eyes and say, "Calm down, you're fine." As the girl with tears in her eyes would then look in Deku's, with the symbol in her eyes then fading away, saying, Your eyes are just like mine." As Deku would hear this, he would then say, yes they are." As his eyes would then fade away, with him saying, "You okay now?" And her sniffling and saying, "I'm better." As Deku would then say, "Good." As her two sisters would then rush to her side to check if she's really okay. They'll all be relieved that, their sister was okay. They will all then thank Deku, with the girl going up to Deku saying, "Hi, my name is Sasha. This is my sister Misha and my sister Momo." As Deku would then say, "I'm Izuku Midoriya. Nice to meet you." As Sasha would then say, "Your eyes are just like mine." As Deku would then say, "No, they're not. Your eyes are more beautiful than mine." As the girl would then blush, with her face going completely red, with Deku saying, "Are you okay?" with her saying, I'm fine." As Misha and Momo will be looking on, laughing and chuckling a little bit, with Sasha saying, "Shut up, you two." And they will then begin to hang out for the rest of the day. At the end of the day, they will have to leave, but they will all exchange information so they can all hang out again. So they will begin to strike up a really good friendship with one another, with Sasha and Misha really clinging to Deku, and Momo being like a really good friend to him, but the two of them would feel something more for Izuku. As time would go by, Deku would then grow up. On his walk to school, he would then see a giant villain attacking after trying to rob a bank. He would think, should he help, until he would see Mountain Lady drop kick the villain, taking him down like that. With Deku saying, "Oh, never mind then," as he would then walk away. As he would then go to class, entering the classroom, he would see Bakugo, as he would then glare at Deku saying, "What's up?" As Deku would then say, "Nothing. How are you, Kachan?" As Kachan would be, as Bakugo would be looking on annoyed at Deku, saying that he's late again. In this timeline, they wouldn't have really, struck up a friendship, or, it's not a friendship, it's more or less just a rivalry. Bakugo respects Deku's power, and Deku he acknowledges that Bakugo has talent, so, yeah. It's not that they hate each other, it's just that it's just really intense between the two of them. As the teacher would then say, I know you guys all want to go to the hero course, as everyone would then get excited. Bakugo would then get his whole speech about how he's going to be the best and all that stuff. and how none of them would get in the UA and they would be lucky to be working for some busted D-lister. As he would then say, except for you, you better go to UA, so I can crush you when you get there. You devil. As Deku would then say, sure, explosion brain. As Baku would then say, what did you just call me? As Deku would then say, I'm trying something new. You always call me devil, so how about explosion brain? As Baku would then say, shut up, at least come up with something good. As Deku would then say, okay, I'll give it some thought. As they will both smile at each other. Class would then end for Deku, and he will be walking the same way as he did in the original canon, when he would be attacked by the sludge villain, with the sludge villain saying, I didn't know the freak would be in town, give me your body, kid. As Deku would then say, no, as he would then exhale, sending the sludge villain flying against the wall, crashing into it and sliding down to the ground, with it being knocked out. All Might would then come to take down the sludge villain, but he will already see that someone had already taken it down. As All Might would then say, nice job, but you know you shouldn't be using your quirk. If I had done that, he probably would have captured me. As All Might would then say, I understand. Nice job, kid. As Deku would then say, sure, aren't you gonna capture him? As All Might would then put the sludge villain into the bottles, with Deku asking All Might, do you have his autograph, with All Might signing it. With Deku then noticing something strange about All Might, he would look at his side saying if he's okay, and All Might would then notice where Deku's standing, and All Might would then say, I'm fine, I have to go now, with All Might jumping away, with Deku wondering what's up with All Might. And he would then look back on his memory saying, he must be injured. It didn't look too good. And let's say for all intents and purposes that All Might does drop the bottle without Deku clinging onto him like he did in the original canon, with the bottle falling and, capturing Bakugo. As All Might would then go to check this out, he would see that Bakugo was, captured by the sludge villain and all that, and he would then go to, help him. Not to help him, I mean, just to observe, because he's reached his time limit. As Deku would then come by, seeing that Bakugo was captured, he would then look at All Might and see that, he can't do anything, it must be that injury. As Deku began to walk towards Bakugo, Dead Arms or whatever would then try to stop him, with him saying, you shouldn't approach this area, kid. Not right now, okay? With Deku then pushing Dead Arms out of sight, saying, if you're not going to do anything, I will. As Deku would then approach the sludge villain, seeing that he has Bakugo pretty tied up, he would then snap his fingers, sending the sludge villain flying like he did with just his breath a while back. He would then grab Bakugo, putting him behind him, as the sludge villain would then get back up to try and attack Deku, saying, you again, kid! As the sludge villain would then try and attack Deku, with him saying, it will be different if you just attacked me, but you attacked
one of my rivals.
As the sludge villain would say, what do you mean? As Deku would say, I'm not gonna hold back right now. As he would then snap, with the sludge villain being completely eviscerated, with everyone looking on in shock, with the hero saying, did that kid just kill him? With All Might being in even more shock about what the kid just did. With Deku saying, calm down, as a light would then permeate throughout Deku's hand, with a drop of blood falling onto the ground, with the sludge villain being reconstituted, as everyone would be looking on in shock like, did he just revive it? As the heroes and All Might would be left in even more shock, with the sludge villain saying, what just happened? As Deku would say, I killed you and brought you back. As the sludge villain would say, that's impossible. As Deku would then snap again, eviscerating the sludge villain, then snapping the bolt of light and a drop of blood coming out of his hand, bringing the sludge villain back. And he would do this not one time, but 10 different times, the sludge villain on his, well, on his sludge knees, begging for Deku not to do that again. Because if you were killed and brought back multiple times, you would feel, well, you would just feel all of that. And the psychological aspect would really weigh heavily on you as well. So, the sludge villain would just give up there. With All Might and everyone else being shocked, with the reporter swarming Deku asking about his quirk, with him giving them no comment. Not saying no comment, just giving them no response. As the heroes will then come to chastise Deku about what he had just done and ask him how he did it. He would then tell them to shut up and get out of his way. With Deku, he is a good guy, but when it comes to the people he cares about or the people in his life, he's really protective. So yeah. As both Bakugo and Deku would be walking, Bakugo would say he didn't need his help, and Deku would then say, "Of course you needed my help. Literally, if I hadn't come, you would be dead right now. And I can't revive people 10 or 3 seconds after their death." And Bakugo will be shocked, saying, "So you can revive people?" As Deku would say, "Of course I can. I can do anything." With Bakugo laughing, saying, "You damn devil." As Deku would then say, "You too, Crater Face." As Bakugo would then say, "Seriously? Come up with a different nickname." As Deku would then say, "Really? I thought that one worked." As the both of them would then laugh, with Bakugo walking off. Deku would then head home, greeting his mother, asking her what are they having, with her saying gratin, with Deku smiling a bit once he hears that, with her laughing at her son because of his preferences in food. Deku will go to his room and go to sleep, waking back up to start the day and prepare for the 10 months of training before the UA entrance exams. In this scenario, since All Might never picked Deku as the successor for One For All, he would choose Mirio and begin to train him for the 10 months. And yeah, Mirio would get at least 30% control over One For All, with his body already being prepared for it, but All Might still training him up for it so he can master it faster. And all that. Deku, Misha, Sasha, and Momo would train. Not with Deku really, he doesn't really need training. He would just help Sasha, Misha, and Momo get better. Momo would get better at close range, with combat and stuff, and more proficient with using her quirk for combat use. Misha and Sasha would train to help them grow stronger. And, well, yeah, Deku will just be training them. He doesn't really need training, but he will also benefit from helping them out. So, he has that. But he doesn't really need the training, because he's already all-powerful. As Deku would then go home, greeting his mom, with her seeing Misha and Sasha, greeting them as well. Inko would then say, "You guys are having dinner with us again tonight?" And Misha and Sasha would then say, "Yes, we love your cooking, Miss Midoriya." As she would then say, "Oh, stop it." The 10 months will blow by just like that, with them all, being at the entrance exam. Deku would decide to take the normal exam, with Misha, Sasha, and Momo all getting in on recommendation. With Momo saying, "You know you could have gotten in on recommendation. I could have got to talk to some people." As Deku would then say, "It's better if I do this by myself. I don't need that." As they would then say, "Well, okay." With Deku walking into the entrance exam with Misha, Sasha, and Momo saying good luck. Deku would then run into Bakugo, with him looking at all four of them saying, "What's going on, you guys?" With him just smiling. Again, it's a rivalry, but honestly, it's a friendly rivalry. You won't see the two of them hanging out together, but when it's just the two of them, they will talk and stuff. Like, it's a rivalry, but a friendly rivalry. I just hope you guys understand that. But Deku would then, Bakugo would then greet all of them as he would then walk into the entrance exam saying, "I'm gonna win, devil," as Deku would then say, "Bring it on, explosion breath." As Bakugo would then say, "Really? That is the worst one yet," with Deku saying, "I'm trying," with Bakugo walking away in a huff. As Momo and Sasha say, "That guy is always so extra," as Deku would then say, "That's just his personality. Just need to learn to live with it." As Sasha would then say, "He's pretty annoying." As Deku would then say, "You two have a lot in common." As Sasha would then say, "You better take that back right now." With Deku walking into the entrance exam, with her saying, "Take it back or else," with him just walking away. As Deku would enter the entrance exam, Professor Mike would then announce how the exam will be held and about the robots. Ida would still come out about the 0-pointer, and Professor Mike would then explain that that's just an obstacle to get in your way. As both Deku and Bakugo will look at Ida, thinking, that guy's uptight. The entrance exam would then be preparing to happen, would then start to happen, with Deku seeing a girl that's really nervous. The girl would then look at him with Deku waving towards her, with her blushing a little bit, seeing how handsome Deku is. President Mike would then announce that there are no countdowns in real battles, with Deku saying, "Oh, okay," with him snapping his fingers, destroying all the robots. And if you're wondering what's the deal with the snaps, I just think Ano's Voldigoad can just snap away his problems. Like, if he doesn't want to be bothered with something trivial, he would just eliminate it right then and there. As Deku would then go to President Mike saying, "All the robots have been destroyed." And then he would then walk away, with President Mike saying, "Whoa, kid," as he would then announce to all the other participants that they will have to come in a week to retake the test. As everyone will be looking on in utter shock about what just happened, how one person managed to destroy all the robots in only a mere instant. The next couple of days would go by, with Deku just, being at his home waiting to get his letter that he was accepted. One day when he was in his room, his mom would come and bring him the letter from UA, and she would then say, "I know you're going to be accepted, but I really want to see this." As Deku would then say, "Okay, Mom," with him opening up the letter, viewing it with All Might telling him that he got 506 villain points and 0 rescue points. With her saying, "You got 0 rescue points?" As Deku would then say, "It must be because I just destroyed the robots. I didn't have to rescue anyone because I eliminated them quickly." As Inka would then say, "I'm so proud of you, Izuku," with her hugging him tightly, with him thanking his mom. Deku would then go to sleep and wake up the next day getting into his UA uniform. And if you don't know, he is in his uniform right now. I just didn't have time to make something with Deku in his uniform. Or Anos in his uniform. But yeah, you get dressed and all that, head out the door, and head to UA. He would then be in front of the giant door and think, there must get a lot of giants in the UA. Chuckling to himself a little bit. He would then go and seeing Bakugo arguing with the guy who he said was uptight at the entrance exam. He would then greet both of them, telling Bakugo to calm down a bit, with Ida going up to Deku saying how incredible he was, and how he took down all the robots in a single instant, saying that what he did was very proficient. As Deku would then thank Ida for the compliment. And they will begin to talk a bit about his quirk and about how Ida was from a private school and all that. A girl would then come behind him saying, "I know that tall stature from anywhere. You're the guy who took down all the robots in only a few seconds." As Deku would then say, hello. You were the girl who was nervous, weren't you? As she would then blush, saying, yeah, I managed to get in. And Deku would then say, good job. As she would then blush, seeing Deku smile at her. Three girls would then approach from behind, with them saying, hello. With Ochako looking at one of them in particular as she's glaring at her. With the girl who's glaring at her being Sasha. With Misha greeting her blankly. With Misha's, quiet personality just greeting her. With Momo greeting Ochako as well. As Sasha would then start to take up a conversation with Ochako just to get her away from Deku. Deku would still be talking with Ida until Eraserhead would then appear, with him saying, if you came here just to make friends, you can leave now. As everyone would then sit down, with him saying, it took you guys 8 seconds to all sit down. That's not good. With him telling them to go to the locker rooms to get into their sports uniforms. With Misha saying, what about the entrance ceremony? With Eraserhead saying, that's just a pointless ceremony. I'm gonna test what you're really capable of. As they will all go out to the field. Deku in the locker room will begin dressed when Kirishima would then approach him saying, so you're the guy I heard about, the one who took out all the robots with just a snap of his fingers. With Deku saying, that's me. With Kirishima saying, that's so manly. As Deku would then say, thank you. And he would then say, no problem, dude. As he would then pat Deku on the back. As this would be going on, Mineta would then find the hole in the wall. And he would begin to peek through it. The girls wouldn't know about Mineta's pervertness at this time, so he would get a little bit of a peek. He would, not seeing anything special, just saying them start to get ready. But as this would be going on, as Mineta's looking through the hole, he would then mention how that Sasha girl and Misha girl must look incredible. Come on, faster. As Deku would then appear right behind Mineta, with him saying, so, you like to peek, don't you? As Mineta would then look up at Deku, with his eyes glowing red, with Mineta saying, no? As Deku would then say, I'll let you peek at something. Eraserhead would then be waiting as everyone would then come out. He would then see Mineta a little bit scared, asking what had happened, with Mineta looking at Deku, with him saying nothing. Eraserhead would then throw Deku the ball, telling him to throw the ball as far as he can since he got the highest score, with the ball going into orbit, with him getting infinity. Everyone would then be shocked by this, saying, he's not only powerful, he's incredibly strong too, with Ochako looking at Deku intently, with Misha saying, yep, and that's not even all his power. As Ashida would then say, huh, do you two know each other? As they would then say, we've been friends since we were kids. Misha would then say, as Ashida would then say, so do one of you guys like him? As Sasha would then get all flustered with Misha saying, yes. As Ashida would then say, oh, you're a bold one. As Sasha would then say, quiet, Misha, with her covering her hands over her sister's mouth. And to make it short, Deku comes in first place in every event, with Misha and Sasha coming in second place and third place. Mineta will not be getting expelled. With Eraserhead seeing so much potential in this class, he wouldn't expel Mineta. They'll all be walking home and all that, with Ida and Ochako wondering how powerful is Deku, with Deku saying, I'm not sure myself. I haven't had the time to really use all my abilities. As they will all be just shocked that he doesn't even know how strong he is. Again, Deku would then head home with Misha and Sasha coming over to eat with him. With Inko saying, "Hello girls," with her pulling them aside, saying, "Seriously, which one of you is gonna marry Deku?" As both Misha and Sasha would both blush at this. The next day they will have hero training, with All Might coming in his old costume, announcing that they will be, having hero training. They will all get into their costumes, with Deku getting into his. It's honestly just his, the outfit that Anos had in Misfit Demon King Academy, but with a black tint and green outlinings, or green trims or whatever. So it will just be black and green. As Ochako would then say, "I love your hero costume. It's so simple. Unlike mine, it's really tight." As Deku would then say, "You look good in it," with her just blushing even more. With both Misha and Sasha grabbing onto Deku's arms asking how do they look, with Deku saying they look fantastic as well. With them both smiling and hearing this. With Sasha glaring at Ochako. And Ochako would be a little bit intimidated by this, but she ain't giving up. She knows how she feels. As Momo would look on at all three of them, with her saying, "Oh my gosh." All Might would then announce that they will be doing Heroes vs. Villains training, with the teams being decided as Misha and Deku versus Bakugo and Sasha. With Bakugo being extremely happy that he finally gets to fight Deku again. As both Bakugo and Sasha would be in the building, they'll begin to come up with a strategy for dealing with him. For dealing with Deku, that is. As Deku will be outside the building, he would then tell Misha to stay away, as he would then lift the building off the ground and begin to spin it on his finger. As everyone would be left in shock, like, is he spinning the building on his finger? As Momo would then come out saying, "Yep, that's Midoriya for you. Always want to show off." As everyone would be like, "What can't this guy do?" As Momo would then say, "I'm not sure yet. I'm not even sure he knows what his limits are." As Todoroki will be looking on in shock. He wouldn't show that he's in shock, but he would be really stunned about what's happening in front of him. Not the fact that he lifted the building off the ground. The fact that he lifted the building off the ground and it was perfectly intact. All Might would be impressed by this too, saying, "If I were to try to lift the building off the ground, I couldn't. I would just break off a small chunk, but he perfectly lifted the entire building off the ground. That should be impossible." As All Might would be looking on in shock, saying, "But this is the kid who killed a man and brought him back to life in a mere instant." As he'll be honestly impressed and terrified of Deku, wondering what his limit is as well. As Deku and Misha would then walk into the building, he would then say, "That should have riled them up." As both Sasha and Bakugo would be on the ground, panting, with them both getting up saying, "He is gonna pay," with both of them being furious at what Deku just did to them. Deku and Misha will be walking through the halls, with Deku telling her to go that way and him go the other way. As Misha would then follow Deku's instructions, he would then run into Bakugo, with him saying, "You ready for a fight?" As Deku would be walking down the hall, he would then run into Sasha, with her saying, "You ready?" As Deku would then say, "I was born ready." As everyone would be looking on in shock, saying, "But why are they guarding the bomb?" As Momo would then say, "If you want to get someone that powerful, would you think the best way to win is defense? The best way to win here is to try and keep them busy and run down the clock." As everyone then agree that no one would be able to beat Deku. No one here, at least. As All Might would then say, "Not a bad strategy, kids." As everyone would be looking on intently about what's going to happen here. Bakugo would be hitting Misha with explosion after explosion, but she would have a barrier put up, with Bakugo saying, "Come on, get out there! Fight me!" With Bakugo hitting her with explosion after explosion after explosion. With everyone looking on, asking, in the apprehension test, I saw her get the best scores in all the physical aspects, but she also has a shield quirk? As Momo would then say, "No, she doesn't. It's more or less an energy quirk." As everyone would be wondering, what? As she would then explain how both her sisters have an energy-based quirk, with Sasha being geared towards powerful attacks, and Misha being geared towards creation. You can say that Misha can construct her energy in almost any way she sees fit, even creating structures, but her attack power is limited. And Sasha is the exact opposite, with her attack power being high and her ability to create being low. Her quirk, Sasha's quirk, is called destruction, while Misha is called creation, similar to mine. As everyone will be shocked by, how their quirks are that powerful. Everyone will be looking back at the monitor, seeing how Bakugo is still blasting explosion after explosion at Misha, with Misha then sealing Bakugo in one of her shields, with Bakugo saying, "This won't hold me for long," with him hitting it with explosion after explosion. With him just still hitting and hitting, until he would then stop, then pass out. Everyone will be wondering what's happening, as Momo would then say, "Lack of air, and the more he uses explosions, the less air he had." As everyone would then be like, "She sealed him in, oh yeah." As this would be going on, Sasha would be hurling blasts of fiery energy at Deku, with him tanking all of them. She would then say, "I got one more thing for you," as she would be hyperventilating. A big spear would then gather in her hand, then get smaller, and smaller, and smaller, and smaller, and then she would then fling it at Deku at high speeds, with him catching it like it was nothing. With Sasha being shocked by this realization, with everyone else being shocked, like, did he just catch an energy sphere with his hands? As Deku would then hold it and squeeze it, destroying the energy, or releasing the energy. As Deku would then say, "That's enough fun for now." As he would then teleport, as she would then say, "What? Since when can you teleport?" As he would then teleport to the place with the bomb, touching it, winning the battle for the heroes. As All Might would then announce that. As everyone would be shocked, saying, "He can teleport too?" As All Might would then announce that they won and give them congratulations, with both Misha and Deku being extremely happy, with Misha then patting Deku on the head, saying that he did a good job, with him saying, "Thank you," as he would then laugh at this. All of them would then be heading home, and the next day they will all come to school together, running into the reporters but ignoring them or flying over them. While they were in class, Irita would then announce that they will be doing something to affect them for the entire year, or their entire stay at UA, and as everyone would be getting nervous, he would then announce that they will be picking a class representative, with everyone being slightly less nervous now, with everyone picking Deku and Momo as their class rep and vice rep. Deku because of how powerful he is and how sure of himself he seems, so with people really trusting that. And Momo because of how intelligent she was, how analytical she was about the whole heroes versus villains thing, and seeing that she would look like a good vice rep for Deku. With both Misha and Sasha being a little bit jealous that Momo got the position that they wanted. Sasha would show her jealousy, but Misha would keep it bottled up. As they will all be heading to lunch, Ida would then mention how he wants to be the class rep and about how his family are heroes and stuff like that. As they will all find out about this, everyone would just be talking and stuff for now, until the alarm would go off, with all of them being, crowded up against by people running because they think they're under attack by villains. Deku would then fly up, telling them that it's reporters after seeing it for himself, and telling them to calm down because they are UA students and all that. And everyone will be impressed by Deku. The next few days in class will go the same, with Eraserhead announcing that they will be going to the USJ. As they will all, head out for the USJ, they will all be on the bus with Deku and Mum getting everyone on the bus. As they were on the bus, they will begin to talk about quirks and stuff like that, with Atsui or Sue mentioning how similar their quirks are. How similar Sasha, Misha, and Deku's quirks are. With her saying, but Deku seems to be much stronger. As they would then say, yeah, it seems like he's the most powerful one here, as everyone will agree on that. As they would then enter the USJ, Eraserhead would then say, All Might had reached his time limit, whispering that into 13th's ear, with Ochako geeking out over meeting her favorite hero, with Deku smiling at her, seeing how much of a fangirl she is about this hero. 13 would then give her whole speech about how quirks can kill and stuff, and Kirishima would then notice something, asking, is this part of the test, or the training? As Eraserhead would then say, don't interrupt me, as he would then point down saying, but what's that? As Eraserhead would then notice a portal opening up and villains coming out of it, with him saying, 13, you protect the students, as he would then run down, taking out villains left and right. As 13 would be telling the kids to run with her to the exit, Kirigiri would then step in front of her, with her trying to open her, or about to open her thing to suck him up with her black hole quirk. Deku would then come in front of Kirigiri, grabbing him by the metal piece around his neck, slamming him down to the ground, knocking him unconscious. As Shigaraki would then see this, he would then tell the Nomu to go attack the kid. As the Nomu would then approach Deku, preparing to kill him, he would then smack the Nomu aside, telling 13 to watch over that one. That is their only escape route. As Deku would then smile, saying, bring it on, monster. You're probably the strongest thing I've faced. As Ida would then escape like he did in canon, and the fight between the Nomu and Deku would happen, with Deku just playing with it, saying, even Misha and Sasha could probably take you down. This is boring. As he would then grab into the Nomu's chest, destroying his heart and his source. Just his heart. No one has a source in this world, so yeah. Killing it instantly. As this be going on, everyone will be shocked, saying, did he just kill that thing? And Misha and Sasha would then say, yeah. And everyone say, shouldn't we help? As Misha and Sasha would then say, let him do this. It'll be much faster if he does. As they will say, okay. As Shigaraki would be left shocked, saying, he took down Kurogiri like it was nothing, and killed my Nomu. As he would then be scratching his neck and prepare to attack Deku, with Kurogiri being guarded by Bakugo and 13, with Bakugo saying, I'm not a glorified guard dog, as Deku would then yell at him saying, but you act like one. As Shigaraki would then come charging at Deku, with him losing his balance for a second, and blood spouting all over his body for the briefest of instances, as he would then say, what's going on? As Deku would then say, oh, I'm just attacking you with my heartbeat. As the heartbeat waves would then reverberate around Shigaraki, causing more blood and stuff to spit up, with Shigaraki being killed, but Deku reviving him just after he had died, with him saying, is that all you had? How boring. With Shigaraki hearing this and then passing out. All Might would then come in, saying that he is here, and he wouldn't be smiling, but everything would have been over before he had even got there, with the heroes winning. He would then approach Deku, with Deku saying, I took them all down. All left is to send them to prison. As All Might would then say, sure, kid. And the rest of the heroes would come and take down the small fry villains. Shigaraki and Kurogiri would then be put in Tartarus, with All For One being mad that his protege was taken down so effortlessly by just a mere student. Everyone would be walking home, and yeah, they will end the day. The next day, Deku will be in class, with everyone just talking about how cool he was, how he took down all the villains and stuff, effortlessly. Eraserhead would then say, it was incredible, Midoriya. But there's another challenge before you. The UA Sports Festival. As everyone hears this, they will get really pumped. They will say, bring it. Afterwards, everyone will be just talking more and more, and they will all see that people are gathering around the front of the class, with Bakugo saying, they're here to see the class that was attacked by villains. Shinso will then step out declaring war on Class A like in the original canon, and Tetsu coming and saying that they're spoiled brats, with one person behind Tetsu saying, calm down, Tetsu, with him saying, fine, just go back to class, it's kind of rude to do this, you know. And Tetsu would then listen to him and head back to class. The mysterious person would then say, I'm sorry for my friend's behavior. As Deku would then say, no problem. Again, they just want to see the class that was attacked by villains. As the person would then say, yes, I'm really looking forward to fighting you. As Deku would then say, you seem familiar. As he would then say, you do too. As Deku would then say, I'm Izuku Midoriya, and you are? People just call me Lei. Nice to meet you. And that is it for the video, you guys. Whew. I'm expecting this video to be an hour long, but I think it might be a little bit shorter. I hope you guys enjoyed it still. I hope you guys like and comment and subscribe so my channel can grow even bigger. And yeah. If you guys are wondering about Miraku, that will most likely come out today or tomorrow. Meaning you guys are probably gonna get 2 what ifs today or tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But yeah. There's not much I want to say. The 3K special is gonna still be a secret. You guys will probably get that tomorrow. Honestly, I'm gonna be recording a lot. You guys are probably gonna get 3 videos over the weekend. So yeah. And that's pretty much all I want to say. I don't want to say anything else because I'm tired of recording this. This has been King Majin saying peace. Thank you guys for watching. Signing out. Bye. I almost forgot, you guys. One more thing. You guys will decide the name of Deku's quirk, okay? I already chose the names for Misha and Sasha's quirks, so you guys decide the name for Deku's quirk. So yeah. Now, King Majin is signing out. Peace.